What's up, YouTubers? This is Evan for Grips.com. Been a little while since I did a live session, so I figured it'd be a good time to give you guys a new video. And in honor of the triumphant return of Full Tilt Poker, we're going to play a little bit of Rush. Rush, as you guys are probably familiar with, is the same format as Zoom Poker. Every time you fold a hand, you get dealt a new one. So you can stop wasting time on hands you don't want to play and spend more time playing the ones you do want to play. Now, warning, been away for a couple of weeks. I may be a little rusty. You guys may see me making some mistakes, but that's okay. I want you guys to let me know where you think I'm making mistakes, where you think I could have played a hand differently per se, so that we can get a good discussion going and not just have it be a one-way communication, me saying this is how you should play. I want to know how you guys think about the game and to get your insight and your input so that, hey, maybe I can become a better player from this whole process too. 5-6 suited to 3-bet or not to 3-bet? You can go 3-bet. Can't be that bad. Nice, took it down. Table 3. Pretty coordinated flop. Gonna check it back. And ace queen. Gonna call. I wish I had a HUD. It's a little more difficult to play when you don't have a heads-up display. You have less information about your opponents, their ranges, their tendencies, just all the things that are very helpful in making good decisions. And also with Rush Poker, the fact that you change tables every hand means that you don't really get to develop a player profile on your opponents unless you are playing Rush Poker all the time and see the same opponents every day. Looks like the Russian pot controlled the flop, and I'd imagine he is not intending to fold to a river bet. So, check. And on table 1, once and 4 checks back. How do you not bet the river? Yeah, river's a flush and he checks. Nut flush and checks. What the fuck? Makes no sense. What, he thinks I'm like checking a full house? Did he just want to see what I had? I don't know. Well, min open, min 3-bet. We're going to sit out next hand just so we can see what happens here, because I'm very curious. And I believe that's the only way to follow the action if you fold a hand, is to click the sit out next hand button to watch how the hand plays out. I could be wrong. If someone else knows that there's another way to do it, please let me know. Please let everyone know. Buddy cold calls a 3-bet. That's usually a decent hand. Still gonna bet. I feel like it's better to take one stab at the pot, given that I'm betting 4 to win 9. And if I check back, he's always going to bet turn, and I'm just kind of conceding the pot. But maybe I should just be conceding the pot when he cold calls my 3-bet and I don't flop any equity. Pocket pairs under the gun. Nah. Trap hand. They look good. In some situations, they are very profitable, but pocket pairs are very overvalued, in my opinion. Nice. 2 jacks and a limper. It's going to be a good spot for us. Make it 2. For those of you who aren't familiar with my style of play, I like to just open for 3 times the big blind in general, plus 1 more big blind for every limper. That's why instead of going 150 there, we made it 2. 9-0 lem on table 2. Looks like he likes to play different. Opening for 6x. Imagine he's not the sharpest tool in the shed. Ace high flop. 2 callers. I think checking is going to be the superior option. They both check again. I'm feeling decent about these jacks. Cold call. Switzerland. Call once, see what he does on the river. That ace makes it less likely that he has an ace. Doesn't rule out the possibility of him having an ace completely, though. That's for sure. Him checking the river makes it pretty unlikely he has an ace. Would he call with 2 10s or a 9? Probably. We're going to go for a thin value bet. And if he's checking with an ace, I'm going to look real stupid right here. But that's okay. Oh, he folds. Alright, we're going to try a little cold 4-bet on table 2 as we time out on table 1. Why is this a good spot to cold 4-bet? Well, people like to 3-bet the button, and they like to 3-bet light even more so in rush poker. Probably because without the whole heads-up display thing, and without the fact that people can develop a player profile on you from playing hundreds or thousands of hands with you, it's probably not going to happen in one session, but you know what I mean. The fact that that's not privy information means that people like to take advantage of what is a very profitable spot, which is 3-betting the button and putting out of position openers in a difficult position. So that's the first thing. The guy who's 3-betting the button there in rush poker is more likely to be light than he would be under normal circumstances. And the main thing is just he's 3-betting on the button as opposed to 3-betting from some other position, which makes him more likely to be light. Next, am I going to get check raised here? I sure as hell hope not. Fire out a C-bet on table 2. Next we're in the big blind, not the small blind, so that means one less player to get through. We have to get through the opener and the 3-better. If, however, we get represent. If we'd been in the small blind, that would have been 3 players to get through as opposed to 2. So fewer players to get through gives us a better chance of being successful with the play. And then finally, we have an ace in our hand, which decreases the likelihood of our opponent having an ace in their hand. So ace king, ace queen, it makes him less likely to have those hands. Therefore, it's more likely that our play is going to succeed, and that is why we went for the cold 4-bet on table 2. I'm going to fold on table 1. But we tricked the guy on table 3. That was sweet. Raise the flop because if we had a 10, we probably wouldn't raise. At least that's what he's probably thinking. So when we do have a 10, we should do the opposite of what he's thinking to get the desired result of him possibly peeling with a hand that doesn't have a very good chance of beating us by the river, whether that's an overpair or a flush draw. Then on the turn, if we had a 10, we would probably keep betting, which is why we didn't bet. And then finally on the river, well, the river was just pretty obvious. We can get value from a flush or a 9. I mean, it's pretty unlikely he's going to call, but with any possibility whatsoever of him calling, we got to take the spot. So we're cold 4-betting on table 3, pretty much for the same reasons that we did it earlier on table 2. Instead of having an ace blocker, we have a king and a queen blocker, which just decreases the likelihood of him having kings, queens, ace king, and ace queen. But yeah, that's it. When he calls, we're going to take one shot at the pot, because if he doesn't have an ace, he's probably going to fold here. And when we cold 4-bet, we do have ace king fairly often, so if he can't beat that hand, he's probably got to give us credit. Will he fold? I don't know. I was hoping so, but not always going to be successful. Oh, he's Swedish. Should have looked at that before. Those Northern Europeans are not big on folding. I wonder what he's got. I wonder if he's got a flush draw. Who am I kidding? I'm never calling here with king high. There's no reason to waste any time bank on that. the fact that we were deep stacked there, 150 big blinds deep, I think should decrease the incentive for going for the cold four bet. When players have deeper stacks, the positional advantage increases. Therefore, he has a bigger advantage by being in position there when we're 150 big blinds deep as opposed to 100 big blinds deep. Therefore, he's going to be continuing more often facing the cold four bet. But whatever. What's done is done. Let's just get funky. Three bets for the win. Yeah, it's nice to have Rush Poker back. I don't know what it is about it, but I feel like Rush Poker is better than Zoom Poker in some way. It's probably just because Full Tilt software is like the best ever. It's good to have it back, that's for sure. It was nice to just pop open the cashier and have a little free money waiting for me. Never hurts. Oh, I don't want you guys seeing my info. I'm going to have to blur that out. You guys going to be sending me like mail, signing up to porn sites with my address and shit, my email address, so I get all this spam. That wouldn't be cool. Definitely going to have to put the blur in there. Jacks. Call 3. I think I'm going to call. And then just, see what happens. Guy limps the button. We're going to jack it up and c-bet any flop, including that one. Not the best turn card for multi-barreling. I was going to say, give me any card above an 8, and I'm going to keep betting. But don't pair the 8. Check, call, jack, jack. Sketchy check raise size. Very sketchy. Like he doesn't want to lose. Wow, and a re-raise. Alright, let's see what they got. I'm going to assume jacks are no good. If I were to guess, it would be that KBO has the draw, in the flush draw, and CK has some sort of overpair. That check on the turn is consistent with my guesses, but only time will tell with the action. Oh shit, it's happy hour? I get double the player points? Awesome. Awesome. So many great promotions these days from the online poker sites. They really want us to play. And given that we love to play anyway, I mean, that's cool. It's sweet that they give us extra value for just doing what we like to do anyway. Yeah, I'm back. Just wanted to see what happened. Trying to decide if, with a marginal hand on the button that is definitely profitable to open, but not like absurdly profitable, it would be more beneficial to A, wait for everyone to fold, hope they fold, and then play the hand on the button. Or B, to simply just quick fold the hand and save more time and see more hands and potentially get a better spot. It's an interesting one to think about. Oh, you 3-bet? Well, I'm going to make it 4 bets because I have ace-king. And that's what we do with ace-king. Make it 4 bets. I'm going to fire a c-bet on table 4. Damn, he's not buying it. Oh, another Swede. Okay, next time I'm going to look at where the dude's from before I 3-bet. This is cute, and then calls. What a jerk. I'm going to bet call this flop. So many outs. 8, king, ace, 9. Damn. Kind of ambitious for him to put it in there with the 2 5s. I mean, I did have the hand that he had beat, ace, king, but I mean, I'd be betting the same amount with my big pairs too, where he's just getting it in dead. We should probably run the math on that to see if I made a bad call or not. Save it for the end of the session. God, can't time out in that spot. That's not good. Wow, what? Good luck me. Fire one more. What's this? Got me. Got me. Alright. Good luck me again. Ah, no time out. What? How do you have that? 4. Hit him with a 4 one time. You got min 3 bet, called a 4 bet, called a 5 bet with 2-3 suited. This is unbelievable. You just what? Oh well. What are you gonna do? Three bet some hands that I probably shouldn't be 3-betting with. Cold 4 bet. Good luck me. Good luck me. What are the chances he really has a pocket pair? I mean, come on. Yeah, cold 4 bet bluffing. I know that move. Pocket 5s is not a great hand to 3-bet with because you pretty rarely flop equity. Better to be 3-betting with hands like Broadway hands, suited Broadways, cards that can pick up equity on more flops than just, the 1 out of 8 flops. Doubt he's folding a queen or an ace, so betting the river would be kind of pointless, kind of futile. I still can't believe that guy had fucking deuce tray, and he got rewarded. Just flops 2 pair. M's be the breaks. Resist the temptation. I was gonna open the 4-5 suited there just because I'm like a little tilted about the beats I took, so I just want to like get in the action and like start firing chips around and building up pots, but it's not the right thing to do. You gotta, stick with the good ranges by position, stick with the good spots, and don't try to make a spot out of nothing. Just be patient. The spots will present themselves, and when the spot comes, you will know. It will be very obvious that it's a good spot for you to get involved. If you start just trying to push the envelope and force the action, you're probably going to do yourself more harm than good. Even though, like, in the short term, it feels like it's the right move. It's not. So I'm going to bet the turn here. In case this guy from Lithuania has a medium pocket pair, I can fold those out. And I also have some outs to improve. If he's slow playing a big hand, I'm behind. Guess I'll go for a merge on the river. Short stack in the big blind on table 3. I kind of want to invite that guy in, so I'm just going to call. Did not work. But I did try. Generally, 50 cents. Oh wait, this guy from Canada? Called it. Kevin O'Leary is some guy who's on this show, Dragon's Den, where potential future entrepreneurs come up with business ideas and present them to a panel of judges. Those are the dragons, and it's their den. And then the dragons decide whether or not they think it's a profitable business venture and whether or not they like to invest in said venture. It's similar to a show that they have in the States called Shark Tank, where I guess instead of being dragons, the potential investors would be called the Sharks. Dragon's Den, I only know of it to be in Canada, and I don't know who the Sharks are on Shark Tank. That's why I just assumed the guy with the name Kevin O'Leary would be from Canada. Probably not the real Kevin O'Leary, because I think he's balling enough that he'd probably play a little bigger than 25-50 cent. But you never know. I mean, you can be pretty confident. I'm like 98.7, 65% confident, but definitely not certain. Man, Deuce Trace, seriously. It's absurd. Hey, that's the guy who did it, right? Fucking Bond? This guy who hit us with the Deuce Trace suited? Son of Beach. Russia. I think this flop on table 2 connects with a lot of the hands that our Russian friend's going to have. So. And we don't have much going on, so I'm going to go with the check fold. When they check, it's generally a good idea to bet. Because usually when people are checking, they're checking with the intention of folding, especially in heads-up pots. RJ Darts, I don't know anything about you, except that you're from the Netherlands, and those guys tend to be fairly aggro, so... Actually, I am opening from early position, though, so he's not that likely to be 3-betting light. Yeah, whatever, let's take a fucking flop, see what happens. Did not connect with that flop. That's for sure. And he's full pot. You definitely want to take into consideration your position when you open, as well as the position of the 3-better. People are going to 3-bet very different ranges from the button than they are from the small blind than they are from the big blind. And they're going to tend to 3-bet you with different hands depending on where you opened from. Like when we open the button, we're way more likely to get 3-bet by like a light range by someone who's semi-bluffing than we are when we open from, say, under the gun. Because we mostly have decent hands when we open from under the gun, so why go for a 3-bet bluff? What the fuck? Whack line. No. Check back on table 2, 3. Table 3, but if he checks again, I will bet. I just know that these days people are capable of some funky stuff. Check raising is the pre-flop 3-better. And it's really annoying to stab at a pot that you think is up for grabs and then just get slammed hard and fast. So try to get more information about his hand before I do that. Okay. Try a 4-bet there. And that works. We're going to 3-bet queens, and don't really know what my game plan is after that. Which means maybe it's a bad 3-bet. But whatever. What's done is done. I did it. I'm cool with it. Yeah, you want to have a plan for how you're going to proceed to future action when you take actions. Because if you aren't looking ahead, man, you're just going to be in for a hell of a time figuring out what to do. This guy checked. Well, what do we do when they check? We get rivered. Damn. I'm going to fire one more, because I think if he has an overpair that he check called the flop with, which he may on this board texture, it's kind of scary. He probably won't continue when there's a 4 straight out there. But I think if he did call the turn, he either has like a set or a 10. I don't think he really has a set very often because he'd probably just c-bet those, so he would usually have a 10. And a 10's not going to fold to further action, so that would be a good time to abandon ship. This ace king, I'm just try to get it in, I guess. I mean, calling's a valid option too. Definitely. I got nothing bad news. Bad news, N-U-W said. That's witty. That's funny. I like it. Screen names crack me up. Especially like this. I find the smaller the buy-in I play, the funnier the screen names are. Because some of them are just so ridiculous and random. This one's great. I love Howard. Referring to, I'm sure, Howard Lederer. And the irony there is good, because I don't think many people like Howard Lederer anymore. Guy opened on 40 bigs. We have ace-9 suited. Don't really want to run it against him. Self-hold. Rush poker. Truly is the shit. Best. That is a big squeeze, Aldegar. Is he from Slovakia? Is un proli. Tight player. Slovak. See, doubt that guy's ever calling. Yeah, squeezing is just such a profitable play. So rare you're gonna get played back at. What's better, betting for value or checking and calling? Vulnerable hand, I'm gonna bet with a hand that had less cards to worry about, less cards to protect against. Like, you know, there are fewer overcards that can pair up to beat a queen than there are that can beat a 7. So those hands I'd be more inclined to check, like a hand like maybe jacks. But mid pair is very vulnerable. Lots of cards that can come to beat. God damn it. Rep the ace. I'm good. I wonder what the optimal button opening strategy is for rush. Whether it's 50% or 70% or 100%. Curious. I think being out of position, ace-queen is going to play better as a 3-bet than it is as a call. But feel free to debate that one with me. Bring it on in the comments. I'm ready. That board. Always going to c-bet. The only thing I could get him that I'm beating is king-queen. I don't think 10s, jacks, queens, kings, or aces would be folding at this point, and I think 9s would have folded on the flop. So hopefully he has king-queen and he checks. Ace-king didn't fold that flop. Interesting. Thought he may fold with that, but shows what I know. Told you guys, rusty. I'm gonna have to do some practicing too. Not the only one who's gonna have to do some work so that I can get stacking. Muck Fox. The fuck. Turn top pair. Alright. I'm rattled. Try to win the last couple of orbits and sit out next big blind. I've had just about enough of this session. God damn. No, annoying ATM right back at it. Alright, I'm suited and I got a big hand. I call. Show me some cards. Nice. 5-7 suited takes it down. Turn to flush. Gonna bet table 1. Got check 2 on table 2. Gonna blast. Oh, you raise? Alright, well. Just gonna try to get all the money in on table 1. No dice. This guy really is an annoying ATM. His name is very true. Whatever. Bet calling. Just show me some love on the river if I need it. I feel like I'm so disadvantaged without my HUD. I don't even know what's going on. I miss it. Need my HUD back. Nice. Top pair. Top pair! 3-bet here? Check. Just get this down to the river. Call. Alright. It's a brick. We beat queens. Ace queen. Not 9s, 10s. Not ace king. Whatever. I'm calling. Be good one time. Yes! Suck it, buddy. I got you. Alright, session over. Did it? Okay, one more hand? Okay, quick full. I'm out. Done? Yeah. Alright. I'm not sure how we did. I think I lost a bit of buying because we got stacked twice, right? You guys can run the numbers. 25, 40, 50. So we're up 60 on the tables, but we got stacked, and I have no idea how much we reloaded for. We got fucked with that deuce tray bullshit. Tough. Alright, so I just wanted to check with this hand if my call was correct. Stop. Too fast. Okay. So, let's get our poker stove, and let's get our calculator. I don't know if we need the calculator or not, but I'm going to get it anyway. So, we have ace king, and he has pocket fives. Board? No, 10, 8, 10. Alright. We're going to get our notepad too. So, what's going on? There's 35, 25 in the middle, plus his shove. So, let's see. 35, 25 plus 50. 46, 75 in the middle. Plus, he's in for another 36, 45. For a total of 83.20 in the middle. Why? I don't even know why I did that step. I could just skip to that. So it's more, how much do we have to call to win? We have to call 36.50 to win 83.20. Oh, but wait. Knock off $10 because we only have 26.90. So it's actually 73 out there. We have to call 26-ish to win. I mean, it's close enough. Might be a little off, so. 36%. God, I'm rusty. Pretty sure that's what we're looking for. We need about 26% equity because, oh yeah, the 26 we put in there to call, we would also get back if we win. So the total amount we can win is what's in the middle now, which is about $100, and we're putting in 26 to win that back. So what's our equity with ace king against pocket fives? Eval 45%. 45%. We have way more equity than we need. That is a clear call. What if we change his range to all pairs? I think he would have got in tens or better pre-flops, so we'll take those out. And let's give him some tens too. Well, first let's check all pairs. Same shit. We still got enough equity. Let's add some tens. You probably would only call the 4-bet with those two tens. We'll give him ace 10 too. Whatever. We have more equity? Oh, that's because there's no board. I cleared the board like an idiot. Okay, there. So against the range with the tens, 31%. We still have enough equity. Take out the hands with tens. Shit broke. Alright, let's try this one more time. Ace, king. I'm sorry, I'm willing to go through the pain of running this over and over again just so you guys can see how to use Poker Stove. Okay, so there we have 37%. We need 26. It's a fine call. Now let's put in all those pairs, see if we still have enough equity. 34% still a call. Give him the hands with a 10 in them as well. Still a call. Now let's take out all these bullshit pairs and let's give him a really nutted range. Tens and big flush draws. Oh, wait. Okay. There we go. Just spades. So, just spades. I'm going to assume that he would have gotten ace king in pre-flops, so we're not going to include that. Now we do not have quite enough equity if he's shoving with this super strong range of only big flush draws and 10x hands. If you add in, though, jacks and maybe a hand with an 8, you probably have enough equity. Not quite, but it's close. Anyway, that's how you use Poker Stove if you haven't been shown how to use it before. So you get your calculator, you get your notepad to run your math, and then you take your ranges. Yeah, you can determine if you're making a profitable call. Even if you're not calling with the best hand, the math can dictate that you're getting the right pot odds to call. Now, if I had c-bet less, like if I bet 650 instead of 1150, the odds would have changed. Instead of there being, well, there would still be 100 out there for me to win. But if I'd bet 650, I'd have still about 32 in my stack, so I'd be calling 32 to win 100. Where I'd need, 32% equity, as opposed to the 26% equity required for this situation. Anyway, with that, I'm gonna wrap up the video. Hope you found it entertaining. I know we didn't win any money, so maybe it wasn't the most educational, but hey, I had fun, and I hope you had fun watching the video too. This has been Evan for Grips.com. Thanks for tuning in. Go out there and get stacking.